guess it was yesterday that the Working Women's Wednesday promotion came up. This is long ago now, mid-'90s to late 90s. Hosted this thing called Working Women's Wednesday.
I think that came up after we started talking about the topic of cocaine in the radio business in the go-go 80s and 90s.
Because on the way to Working Women's Wednesday, the way that worked was every Wednesday at a bar, I would be there from 7 to 9, and I wouldn't get home till about 10, but I had to get up at about 3 the next morning, so it was tiring. I mean, and it was like a real interactive thing where I had to come up with games.
You're like a game show host.
Yeah. Exactly. And it was we were giving away CDs and, certificates to restaurants and stuff. And I didn't originate it. There was a guy who worked here who was young and charismatic.
Oh, my God.
John Matthews.
The way that poor man must have been pawed at by those working women on Wednesday.
He's unbelievably good looking. I mean, he is really a good look. I mean, everybody here, when he was hired, all the women were like, this guy is, you talk about eye candy. They loved him.
They probably do. The women who've worked here have had a Mount Rushmore of the dudes.
Oh, God.
He's the first ballot Hall of Famer.
Chisel his face in it right now. I mean, he had everything going for him. Great hair.
Everything.
And he was really good on the microphone and great personality.
And he was nice.
He's very, very nice. I know what you're thinking. He's everything I'm not. That's right.
Oh, my God, yeah. He's the upside down you.
Yeah.
He's, in Stranger Things, he'd be from the upside down. John Matthews was his name. So someone had the idea of something called Working Women's Wednesday, where he would host a 2-hour party for women only at a bar.
I bet they must have had lined up out the door to see him.
Hugely successful, okay? But it takes a lot out of you because you have to plan these games and you have to go for 2 hours and then you're up late.
What do you think they thought when the working women showed up on the first Wednesday? You appeared.
Boy. We had a meeting and John Matthews...
This is just temporary, right?
Yeah, well... He said...
John's coming back, right?
He said, I can't do it anymore. He just said, I'm worn to a frazzle. So he gave it up.
They pawed my crotch raw.
I was going to say, yeah.
I'm
sleeping with so many women.
They wanted to sleep with him so badly. I mean...
Throwing themselves at him.
I can't even tell you.
He couldn't start his car because he couldn't find his keys because all of their keys were in his vehicle.
Exactly. They were all with him. So anyhow, he quit. He said, I cannot do Working Women's Wednesday anymore. It's just too much.
Do we have anybody else who's willing to debase himself?
I raise my hand.
I know one man who will.
And you're right. The first Wednesday I took over, they were all like, what is this? What? Of course, crowds began to dwindle. But I did it for I did it longer than he did. I did it probably 3 years because the money was going to pay me to go and host them. And I needed the money, of course. And so I went, and I will debase myself for money. You know
Always
that.
have. It's been your thing.
You know that. And I started buying books. At that time, internet was very young. So I would buy books on bar games and fun things to do at parties and introduce them in there. And I would buy out of my own pocket, like, props to go along with this. There was a few of them, like, we played the dating game. That was where the infamous... we had a dating game where a woman was going to, she was the bachelorette, and there were 3 bachelors. And I asked one of them, bachelor number 3, if you had to have a gay relationship with either bachelor number 1 or 2, which would you choose? And he said, famously, kill myself.
I'll leave right now.
On the spot.
I knew this was something. Y'all trying some switcheroo.
No, it's just a lighthearted game, sir.
Kill myself. So
I will never admit another man is attractive in any way.
Kill myself.
I think what I recall, I think I may have gone to one of those events or seen you practicing them here at the building.
I would practice them.
Was the pantyhose orange thing.
That was my most famous one. What you do is you tie pantyhose around your waist. You put an orange.
Now, these are all women.
Yeah, all women.
Mostly.
Pantyhose around your waist. You put an orange in one leg, in the toe, and you have another orange on the floor, and you have to swing your orange
like a schlong.
Move your hips like your schlong, and you knock one orange with the other, and whoever gets to the finish line first with their orange wins. People loved that guy. They're like, play orange,
do orange schlong.
Yeah. One night, of course, a particularly difficult woman threw an orange at me, hit me right in the forehead. The orange just exploded,
I'm here for dick, not games.
Real mad. I was real angry. So yesterday,
for half price margs and dongs.
Yeah.
And they are out of margs.
that's right. So,
I didn't think you should throw it like that.
oh, she threw it like a pitcher.
Like a softball player.
She threw it hard and right at my head. I'll never forget that. It's like orange just filled my world. So I one time was complaining to the promotions person who also had to go with me. I was like, man, I just have to get up so early. It's really difficult for me to keep doing this Working Women's Wednesday. And I was like, I wish it was on a Thursday night or a Friday night. And he said, oh, man, I wish I had a line for you. And I said, what do you mean? I thought he was talking about
A line?
Like a line of dialogue to make me feel better. He goes, no, man, a line of Coke. In the 80s, man, we just had Coke for you, had a bump for you, and you'd be fine. And I was like, you're not serious. He goes, oh, yeah, we do a few lines.
Deadly serious.
He was a more savvy radio vet than I was,
If you want to see what it was like at Working Women's Wednesday, I have posted a picture that a P1 was kind enough to send of Chris Kelly at Working Women's Wednesday. Well, the comments have not let me down so far.
Already?
Yeah, my favorite one is tag your grandmas. All right, everyone, tag your grandma in this picture.
These are.
It is quite a piece of work. I mean, it is dug out from the archives of the 90s.
It was kind enough for her. It was very nice of her to send that, and she said she had to dig it out.
Yep.
What I love is your wardrobe. That was definitely your khaki phase, but also you're wearing loafers with socks.
Yeah. Those they were very popular at the time. Those were called, is it hush puppies? They were brown, like sort of soft shoes, and they tied. They were very in at the time.
I could see that.
I think. Anyway,
yeah, that's kind of a buck.
Yeah, that's a buck. That's what it is. And so I wore those every week, and the women, well, look at them. They're grabbing me and everything.
Yeah.
They loved.
Oh yeah, they're pawing at you, man.
They loved that event. And there were a bunch of women. That was a typical crowd for Working Women's Wednesday. And so I was just saying that I'd never been offered cocaine except for him who didn't have any. He's like, man, I wish I could put my hands on some coke right now. And I said,
yeah, we'd fly through this event.
I said, what? He goes, yeah. And he's like, I can get some coke. I can do a bump with you, and we can just fly through. And I mean, I thought he was just joking, but he was serious. He's like, oh yeah, we do. In the 80s, we do a few lines. Everything will be fine. But of course, I was a just say no kid from the Nancy Reagan 80s,
right?
And I would never think about doing cocaine. Red Rachel was in here when we were talking about it. She said she's been offered cocaine 1 million times. Turned it down. We've had that conversation. I'm so sheltered. No one ever offers me anything.
Well, she has worked in the restaurant biz. My wife has worked in the restaurant biz. I'm talking about Rachel. And there's always, and Biggie knows too. He's been in the biz. Someone in every establishment will sell it to you.
In a restaurant.
Every single restaurant in America.
News to me. I don't.
It always is.
I don't know those kinds of things. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I never was into it, but I knew lots of people who were.
Where do you think those women in that photograph are?
Well, now let's see. They were probably in their late 20s, early 30s.
Hard to say, yeah. A couple of them look a little bit older.
A little older, maybe in their 40s, some. And so now, that's 28 years ago. So they're in their early 60s, I would say, late 50s, some of them mid-50s maybe. They're probably at home with their college-age kids or their,
grandkids, grandbabies on their lap.
It's something when you see something like that, blast from the past. You can see it online on our social media if you would like. This is a blast from the past as well, and it has to do with restaurants. McDonald's is doing something. See if this works for your nostalgia. I predict Kristen will absolutely hate this. Retail roundup here. McDonald's, as of Tuesday, will start offering adult Happy Meals called the McDonald Land Meal. It'll feature a limited edition of Mount McDonald Land shakes in a surprise flavor, if you want that, and comes with your choice of quarter pounder or 10-piece chicken McNugget, fries, and a collectible souvenir, stickers, postcards, etc. But they're positioning it as an adult Happy Meal to try and get all the feels back from when you were a kid.
They've tried adult Happy Meals before, right?
They have, and they were popular.
Oh, were they?
It's a limited time thing, and you do, of course, get some kind of toy. Well, it's an adult toy,
right?
But not an adult toy.
No, yeah, but I mean adult themed.
Wouldn't that be something if they said an adult?
Oh, that's the McDonald's will do that.
No, of course not.
But the fact that any adult would order something called a McNugget, it just boggles my mind.
Yeah, but I mean McNuggets, you order those.
Yeah.
No.
You've never
No.
you've never had a McNugget.
Never.
Not surprising.
But you've had a chicken nugget from another restaurant.
I've had chicken nuggets.
But you would never say the
I've
word
had them at your house when you serve them at parties.
from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
But you would never order
I would never walk. The word, I would like McNuggets, please, have not escaped these lips.
Again, I'm never surprised by this.
Well, he's also not had a Big Mac or an Egg
No.
McMuffin.
Yeah.
You're
Now, I go to McDonald's for cheeseburgers and fries.
Yeah.
you really
And breakfast.
but you were outside yourself when you tried that McGriddle and you liked it,
Yeah, but I like their sausage biscuit
Yes.
going in.
Yes.
And I thought the concept was good, and I loved it.
So of the hundreds of McDonald's items that have been on the menu over the years, you've probably only tried what?
Half dozen.
I was going to say
Max.
6
Yeah.
to 10. That's all you've done.
Not surprised.
Burgers, fries, shakes,
Yeah.
biscuits,
Yeah.
some of the breakfasts,
McGriddle.
and and that's about the ice cream sundaes.
Oh yeah.
Never had the cookies.
You haven't had McDonald's
Nope.
cookies. Oh, those
Never,
are
never had the hot apple pie.
You didn't have McDonald's hot apple pie. That McDonald's hot apple pie is
No,
good.
I used to. My brother Steven used to get one. It would burn the roof of his mouth, and I'm like, it's not for me.
It does. It can burn
Yeah.
the roof of your mouth. Oh, I wish our former colleague Dave was here so we could talk about those Danishes that you steam.
Yeah, steamed Danish.
You have those?
Yes,
You did have that.
those I love.
No, that was a good product. Dave would lament that for hours. God darn McDonald's.
Steam it.
Steam that Danish. Right.
Cheese and cinnamon.
Now, the McDonald Land characters started in 1971. That's when they created something called McDonald Land.
I remember it well.
And and they added to Ronald McDonald Grimace and the Hamburglar and those characters became a thing. They phased out the word McDonald Land 25 years ago in 2000, which is a little. I thought
Well, they had Playland, right, at McDonald's? Didn't they call it that or
they
something?
called it Playland.
Yeah.
But McDonald Land, the word was not used after 2000, but they are bringing that back to say McDonald Land for these adult Happy Meals. And one of the executives was asked on a Reddit, what is Grimace? What is he? He's one of the McDonald Land characters. And the McDonald's executive said, I can confirm he was invented to be a taste bud. He looks like a taste bud. That's what the shape is of a taste bud. And, of course, he was large.
He used to steal milkshakes.
Stole milkshakes.
He had pockets right in his outfit that he would
And he
steal.
stole the milkshake.
I don't know that he was a taste bud.
She says he was.
Yeah, but they don't have pockets.
He was shaped like a taste bud. Because some people think he's a giant milkshake, and they're like, no.
Oh no, I never thought that.
He's supposed to be a taste bud.
I know I don't do a lot with my free time, but if you're spending time on Reddit in a McDonald's, ask me anything. I'm judging you. What's Grimace?
I think
Once and for all, we need to know.
I'm judging that. When you said that, Reddit AMA with the McDonald's executive, that's your question?
Yeah.
she confirmed he is shaped like
Yeah.
a taste bud.
There was a mayor. There was a police officer. There were the little fry things. What were those things? They had they looked like mop tops.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
them.
yeah.
They were tiny. They were much shorter. They may be a foot tall.
Yeah, I don't know what those
I
are
can't remember
called.
what they were called.
And the Hamburglar
Yeah.
Hamburglar
would
was
steal fries.
Mhm.
He would steal
Yeah,
also.
keep your eyes on your fries.
And the
That was
cop.
a great line.
Right. The cop and then Mayor McCheese. I feel like they'd have more success if they used those characters more. Not to criticize McDonald's. I mean, they've been successful. But had I been on that Ask Me Anything with the McDonald's executive, I would have suggested to her, use these characters. This gets into kids' heads.
Wow, thank you.
Now, can you buy what this woman is saying? This has to do with characters as well. A 37-year-old woman from Kentucky, Brandy Asher, has been arrested at Walt Disney World, and she swears that she did nothing wrong. She was stopped at the park's Ticket and Transportation Center when security noticed a suspicious tin can inside her bag and pulled
Is ticket and transportation before you get in?
Yeah, you got to present your ticket or your credentials, and they do check your bag. They pulled out this suspicious tin can and found a substance and a snorting tube inside it that turned out to be meth. She swears that she unknowingly had the meth, claiming a stranger gave it to her at her hotel and said, this is a promotional item. It's Goofy's headache powder. And she stuck it into her bag as they went to the park.
Get lost.
No, I don't buy it.
I see this every weekend on my favorite show on Patrol Live. Nobody, if you take these people by their word, nobody's ever owned meth in their life.
I believe her.
Where'd this meth come from? I don't know.
I believe her.
It's in your driver's seat under where you were sitting. That's weird. I don't know. No way. This lady had meth. I can't believe she's even going public with this BS.
She said that somebody said, here's promotional items we're handing out. It's Goofy's headache powder.
Goofy's headache powder.
Yeah.
She was busy. She was like packing for the trip into the park for the day. She was getting on the bus and she stuck it in her bag. And when they got to the transportation center, they took it and said, "This is meth.
Oh my God.
This is meth."
Did they lead her away in handcuffs?
Yeah,
or just deny her entrance?
She was charged with meth possession, trespass warning from Disney, released on a $5,000 bond. They called in security, and she has pleaded not guilty and sworn.
It's headache powder.
This is Goofy. The tin had Goofy's.
It says Goofy's headache powder. Yeah. Arrest her.
They did.
Honestly, before you mentioned it was meth, I thought it was going to be like Grandpa's ashes.
Oh, somebody
that she was trying to sneak in and
no.
scatter.
No, it was meth.
Because that's against the rules, too, technically, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed
I
to
don't
do
think
that.
they'd like you to come in there and sprinkle.
Yeah, no.
But people do.
I wonder if they probably catch that going in sometimes in bags. You're right, because Grandpa wanted his ashes at Disney.
Well, now, your wife would take her tumbler in filled with...
Did she take it in? I think she did, but you just hold that. They don't see what's inside.
They don't open up a tumbler? Because hers was filled with vodka.
Well, I don't remember if she got that into
Or go-go juice?
Or did the drug-sniffing dogs get her or something? Or the dogs walking around get her?
I don't
Dogs at
recall.
Disney.
I don't recall.
They all look like Pluto.
Maybe I think what she does is drink it on the bus. Well, but that's early morning. I don't know that she's got it that early. But now in our afternoon session.
I've seen her on vacation.
Yeah, you have. Yes,
I'm not sure she respects the clock as much as you think.
Yeah, not on vacation time. You're right. It's
a different person.
I think she has it on the bus on the way to the park and then puts it in her bag, and it's an empty tumbler by the time she gets there. She needs a little something. She needs a little juice to get her through the day.
Yeah.
You've got to. That's a lot of walking and a hot day. This woman needed some Goofy headache powder. I don't blame her.
It's a promotional item.
I don't. That's what she
If
said.
you were a meth maker, I'd start calling it that.
Yeah,
Especially if you're around
absolutely.
Orlando.
Goofy's headache powder?
Mhm.
Yeah, why not?
You have any crystal? No, but I got some Goofy's headache powder.
Have some. There's some good news. Now, those are adults doing dumb things. Here's the teenager doing something smart. His name is Alex Butler. He has created a game at age 7 called Taco versus Burrito. And now he has sold it here at age 15 to a toy company called Play Monster. They've launched that version of the game on Amazon, and they've paid him $1.5 million.
Dang, son.
He is a millionaire. He is a millionaire. They raised money to make their game, and he knew how to do it. He and his mom put it together. Her name is Leslie Pearson. They had a fundraiser of $25,000 and launched it. They launched a company called Hot Taco Inc., which has now been bought by this bigger toy company. Good for him.
How about that?
Invented at age 7, sold at age 15. He's a millionaire going into high school.
Now, do you keep going or do you kind of rest on your laurels?
He says he wants to keep going. He has a dream of buying a Lamborghini, which I guess he could do for $1 million if he wanted to.
Yeah, you could.
But, he wants to make more and continue to make games. That's his whole life, is to make games. I told you my friend whose 20, who makes money playing games online so people can see him now. Again, my friend, his father, thought it was so pedos could see his pecker. It was not.
That's right. I couldn't remember the word that came up.
Pecker.
Pecker. He kept saying, they just want to see your pecker.
Yeah, they just watch your live streams in case your pecker falls out.
His son said,
They
Dad.
don't want to see you play Call of Duty with your pecker in your pants.
No, they do. They do. That's what they're watching. They're paying him like $22,000 a time.